I'm going to show you how to create a Bitmoji classroom today. To create this, you need to open up Google Drawing. You need to make sure that you are logged into your Google account so that it is saved, and then title your picture so that you can find it later. When we are inserting images into our Bitmoji classroom, we always go to Insert, Image, Search from Web, and when you are looking for anything, you always want to add the word transparent before it so that you have an image that you can see through, so it doesn't have like a white box around it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a wall and floor combination, and I just searched for transparent wall and floor, and you really want to shoot for something that has a very horizontal line between the wall and the floor. If you start doing things on an angle like this first picture, you're going to end up having to angle furniture, and it's just going to make things a lot more difficult to make them look nice. So pick out a simple wall and floor. All you do is click on one image, only select one image at a time, otherwise it will layer them on top of each other and it just doesn't work. So only pick one image at a time and then click Insert. When I put in my images, I like them to be about, 10 inches wide. And then total, I'm going to go to about 5.5 inches. I find that those dimensions work well for Bitmoji classrooms. I am going to shrink this one up so it's only about 4.5 inches tall. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a shape at the bottom. This will give me, and I'm just going to do a rectangle, this will give me a nice place to put interactive buttons. So I'm going to make this one, put it down here, and make it about inch or so tall. I can change the color of this box by coming into the fill color button, and we'll try gray. Any color you really feel like. All right, I adjusted this just a little bit, so still I have about 10 inches across, and it is about 5.5 inches tall. This gray space down here will be for interactive buttons, and up here is where I will build my classroom. So within the classroom, you need to think about adding things like bookshelves, desks. A very important part is to put in a chalkboard or a whiteboard. Then you can write announcements on that, and then whatever other design features you want. Remember that when we add any kind of image, you go Insert, Image, Search from the web, and when you are searching for it, make sure to put the word transparent. Find the one you like, click on it, and insert. If you don't like it, you can easily just hit delete and get rid of it and find a different one. But this one should work pretty well. Resize to how you like. So after this, we just need to fill in our classroom with some furniture, and then I will show you how to make interactive buttons. Okay, now I've added some more furniture here. I have my whiteboard. For the demonstration purposes, I'm not adding that much. In my own classroom, I add things to the shelves. I put other things on the wall, put things on the floor. But for demonstration purposes, I'm going to leave it a little bit plain. If I want to add a message on the board, I would just say Insert, Text Box, draw my text box on the board, and type. And then you can change your text color and everything else to make it more fun. We're going to add some buttons now. So I'm going to go to Insert and Shape, Shape again, and pick any shape you like. And I'm just going to draw a shape down here at the bottom. And then pick the color you want. Change the outline if you wish. And then when I make buttons to keep them all the same size, I just copy and paste it again and then add them in so that I don't have to worry about reformatting, getting them to be a different size or anything like that. Add in as many buttons as you want. They are not lined up well, but with a little bit of practice and a little bit of maneuvering here, we could get them all nice. I'm not going to really worry about that for this demonstration video. And then I want to insert another text box, and I'm going to insert it on top of this. I tend to make my interactive buttons for my classes, so I might have a math class, and of course you can change text size and everything else and make it as pretty as you want. I'm just not going to mess with all of that while videoing. You can add another one over here. So once you have it looking like you want, and of course this is not the prettiest since I'm making it as I record, now we want to add these and make them interactive links. Now the problem is you have two different pieces here. You have the text box and you have the image itself. So we're going to create a link for both the word and the image itself. So to do this, I need to run back to my Schoology, and what I've done is in my Schoology page, I've already created a math folder, so I'm going to click on that since this is my math button, and I'm just going to copy the URL. I'm going to come back over to drawings. I'm going to highlight math. Now, when you're doing words, there's something really important you have to watch for. Right now, I have my cursor in the middle of the word. So if I were to import or add this as a link, I would say insert link, and if I put my URL in here and I hit apply, what's going to happen is it's going to actually put the URL into the middle of my word, and I don't want that. So what you have to do is when you're dealing with a text box, you have to be very careful. You need to highlight it, and then you need to kind of click on the blue box outside so that I've highlighted the box, but I do not have a cursor inside the words there. Now I'm going to say insert link, put my URL in, hit apply, and now you can see it's an active link. The reason I actually am going to create a link on the image itself out here is because then anywhere within there a student clicks will take them where they need to go. If I just do it on the words, they have to be very specific, and sometimes if I only do the image, if they click on the words, it doesn't work. So I just find, for simplicity's sake, just make both of them a link, and then it works for kids. So I'm going to do the same thing. It's the exact same link, because I want both of those buttons to take me to the same place. So now that is an active link. If I wanted to come over, I could do the same thing. For the math one, I went into Schoology. I found my Schoology folder and I copied the URL for there. If this were a website, I would do the exact same thing. I could go to any kind of website out there, copy the URL, and link it in here. So now you have interactive buttons, and this is almost ready to go. Of course, I don't have that much in my picture, but once you have it all ready to go, you can go live. So you're going to watch my next video on how to insert it into Schoology. How do I use this during the year? I type messages on the board, I add stuff around, I can add messages anywhere, and if I change something on this picture here in Google Drawings, it will upload in my Schoology. Sometimes you have to have the kids hit the refresh button. If they are getting on for the first time in the morning and you've changed it prior to them getting on, it will upload the new stuff. So you can put on welcome messages, you can put instructions for the day, you can change it throughout the day. So once you link this in using my next video, link it into Schoology, this becomes a live document. Anything you change here will show up in Schoology. You can't change it in Schoology, you have to change it here. So I hope this video has been helpful on how to create the Bitmoji classroom and how to create active links. You can also create, like I could link this chair if I wanted, so anything in here can become an active link, which is a lot of fun for students too.